Hello, the camera has started. My reflections on my mental health in 2020. Where do I begin?
How has
my mental health been
during 2020? Very good question. Very up and down.
Up and down.
Up and down.
Yeah, it's been up and down.
Quite the roller coaster.
Up days and down days, the corona coaster as everybody calls it.
A roller coaster of emotions, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. And what I mean by that is sometimes I've been extremely high and feeling amazing, and other times I've been feeling really low, anxious, not really knowing where to turn to next.
It's been tough adjusting to all the unexpected change this year.
Crazy year, but we already know this. Just as crazy the world has been like in the news and externally,
you must stay at home.
that much has been mirrored in my own head, like exactly that much.
Definitely more downs than usual. More harder times than usually would have been without coronavirus.
The borders over in Australia have been closed, so I've never felt further away from home.
A travel ban will be placed.
It's probably put a strain on my friendships over here because they've now become your family and you rely on them so much.
I think what I normally use to get me through change is human connection.
Things that I usually do to make my mental health better. So going out to see friends, going out for some drinks, basically getting outside and seeing people is what makes me feel better usually.
And that changed. I just felt depressed for, I'd say, a few months, just unmotivated, couldn't see through anything, no purpose, no vision, and I had no reason why to get up in the morning some days.
I don't know, I've just been on a crazy journey in 2020, mentally. Even though physically I've been absolutely fine. I'm a YouTuber, create videos, not been like finances haven't been damaged, thankfully. Friends and family are all safe. Yet, you know, when there's so much other turmoil in the world, it did affect me massively at the time.
Losing my position as a consultant with the company at the same time as my wife not being able to work and literally going down to zero income without having a clear roadmap of how to get out of that, whilst at the same time coming to terms with the global pandemic and the implications for us, the human suffering that was going on.
When I got into that lockdown period, I really had to face those emotions. I had to face them head on because I found myself in a pretty low place, not really knowing a lot of the answers to the way that I was feeling.
I think it does help that our home is our safe space and together is our safe space. So that's actually really helped there be more ups than downs.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I think that's definitely helped our mental health this year.
But then something changed, I'm not sure what, but I kind of accepted that somehow. Then I felt something change for me, and I sort of came out the other side of that a little bit. And since then, it's been the dips have been more shallow. Things that have really helped me the last few months, I've been running, which has given me purpose and focus again.
One thing that's really helped me throughout lockdown is being able to stay connected with friends and family.
Probably what I've needed for quite a long time in terms of just slowing down a touch and not going out and running around at 100 miles an hour with work, but also in terms of my social life.
Experienced a lot of positives, and I've been learning loads and taken on more responsibility in my role, which I've absolutely loved.
It's looking at what's in your control versus what's not in your control, and I think that's the stage I'm at now, and that's the way I need to deal with the new normal of this year.
This time has meant that I've been able to really reach out to my friends back home and feel connected back home via the best possible way.
I'd been meaning to kind of see a therapist for months before the pandemic, but when I kind of saw how I felt with like the nervous anxiousness, it was so clear I just had to get one ASAP. And yeah, it's changed my life more than any kind of purchase or decision or anything like that.
Of course, I'm very vocal about my own mental health and losing my dad to suicide, and I often talk about how we need to face our emotions head on, but we can fall into that trap, that old conditioning of just distracting ourselves, keeping ourselves busy, when really we need to be focusing on ourselves. We need to proactively manage our mental health.
As we've moved through the year, actually I've reassessed what's important, and I think coming out the other side now that I'm back in employment and my wife's back to work, that actually the material things in life really don't matter. It's all about friends, family and health.
So I think it's important for everyone to set aside time, you know, whether it's even 5-10 minutes a day to do something that aligns with you, whether that's, you know, getting outdoors, whether it's meditating, whether it's reading a book. It's just something that can make you feel happy every day and make you feel a bit more like yourself.
Yeah, an up and down year, 2020. I don't know if I'll look back on this and want to do it again, but I think I've learned a lot about myself, and it's been probably the hardest year I've had in a long time, but I'm almost glad that I've been through it in a weird way. So yeah.